Good morning, everyone. How are you today? It is Thursday morning. Wow. It's the 1st of December. So we are almost at the end of this year, calendar year. I'm right smack dab in the middle of Samhain season. And the last 6 days have been pretty interesting. I've had some interesting shifts. Yesterday was just amazing. I got to substitute for a class. It was amazing. And I'm going to go over that in a minute because this morning when I got up, I was both feeling better and groggier, if that makes sense. I was really struggling with a dream that I had. And so I've been sitting here kind of thinking about it. And the card that I drew, no good thing shall be withheld. And this is the card. And it is so busy. Look at the puma on there and the butterfly, the crone, the Venus image, moon, the owl, which is, of course, one of the messengers for me, a flower, a woman's hands going up towards the sky, mountains and green things, and then the universe. It's a very impactful card. And I'm sorry about the train in the background. I live like right across the street from a train track, so isn't that beautiful? And I'm just going to read what the book says because I went to write and then I decided today's one of those days I'm just going to read it from the book. My mind wasn't able to focus on my own interpretation this morning. The universe wants to express its creativity, healing, and brilliance through you. It does not want to be limited to repeating what has already been. Newness needs to burst through you into a startling expression of abundant life. You are guided into unknown territory, guided to go beyond that which you have known yourself and the world to be, so that something original and necessary can be brought to life. The universe knows all that you are in need of so that you can best attain your destiny. All shall be provided for you. Expand your faith to allow for greater workings of spirit. Resources are coming toward you. If you have been lack, limitation, or anxiety about such things happening, relax and substitute your stress for absolute trust in the universe. The universe will provide all good things with generosity and grace. If you find things challenging, take one step at a time, reprogramming your heart and mind to new habits of peaceful trust. You will feel much better to live like this. So yesterday was one of those days where I had an amazing session. Well, I had 2 client sessions yesterday, which were amazing. And I feel like things are moving forward in me being able to grab on to the necessary information. And I've started planning for my online classes and yesterday, so day before yesterday, one of the teachers at the massage school I teach at got sick, and she needed a substitute for her body awareness class. And it's one of the few classes that I can substitute in, because I'm not a licensed massage therapist. So there are classes that I can't teach because I don't have the necessary licensing or skills to teach those classes. But body awareness I can do. Body awareness I can do. I'm not a yoga teacher or anything, but there are things that I can integrate. And yesterday I taught a class, and we did my favorite body awareness class. That one of the things that I've wanted to do with my own energy classes, to do more body work, kind of somatic, really, like using the exercises to really connect in energy and body and really integrate. And I got to share some of the exercises that I do in the morning, that when I really started settling back into really intentionally living my days with intention and mindfulness and practicing the things that I know work, right? And it was an amazing class. We got to do the chakra bubble as a class. I haven't led that in a couple years, which is, well, I guess I did do it I didn't do it last year. I did it year before last in the class. And it's one of the exercises that I developed back in the 90s that it's changed and morphed a little bit depending on the class. There's a few things I do differently. But this class, it was amazing to watch the physiological differences and changes, and to watch the energy move in the room, and watch a group of beautiful souls, healer souls, that are connecting in. And I watched them do the body work, and there was a breakthrough for a couple people, and I have one that I do need to circle back with, because I had something at 4:00. So the class was from 2 to 4, and I literally had something start at 4:00, a telephone call. And that telephone call brought forward for me, it was for me. The telephone call was for me. It wasn't for someone else. So it's my moment instead of for other people. And that was amazing. And I've had, like, the last 6 days, there have been, like, every day there's been one more thing that has kind of brought stuff forward for me in a good way. And I'm really looking forward to this weekend focusing on putting material together for classes. I am so close on an art project for an SCA project, and I think I've probably got, today I have some video to watch, some instructional video on, like, how to put some of these different website-y things together. I added some services to my website, and I'm getting coursework together, and I'm just really excited. And this card is very much reinforcing that creativity and that brilliance and that abundance that is coming, in the sense that I feel like the energy is both reflective, as the Samhain season energy should be. It's reflective of, okay, I've asked for, I've set my intention, and as a result, that intention is filtering back through. Universe is saying, okay, this is what you want. These are the things you have to focus on. And in some ways, it's kind of overwhelming, as is most of the time. I mean, I think this is the big thing that people make the mistake of, is they set intention for something and then they don't understand the cascade that happens with that. Universe will only give you what you can handle. So we are much more resilient. And I don't mean resilience as in coping mechanisms and just getting through to the end. Is we have the capacity for love and joy and acceptance and creativity within our means. And the universe always brings us what we ask for. We just have to pay attention to the nuances. And sometimes what we want, what that outcome is, does not look like what we thought it was going to look like. And you have to pay attention to what all the signs are, all those nuances and all that energy coming back. My call yesterday, I was actually talking to somebody about a dream, and then I had another dream last night. And part of my Samhain journey is that making sure I am pulling together all of the fragmentation of my gifts and my life and my learning, because I have lived a life that in some cases may appear to be very segmented and separate. This is what happened here, and it's its own little thing. And this is what happened here, and it's its own little thing. As though I have lived 6 or 7 lifetimes of lessons and journeys all before now. And I am conscientiously, with intention, doing my shadow work during the Samhain season this year, because I know that I have to integrate. I have to integrate my creativity. I have to integrate all of those fragments, all of those segments, to be able to move forward cohesively, to be authentic in my presentation and my representation when I do my work moving forward. Because to be a part of a community and build that community and build that foundation requires all of me to be in the same place. And I had a student yesterday who made a statement that really struck me, and I know that it influenced my dream last night. And she said, she made a comment about, oh, you're the teacher that does the energy medicine stuff. And I was like, yeah, I am. And I've been doing this for high night of 30 years. And she said, wow, so you've been doing this since way before it was like even a thing, like even before it was accepted or talked about or considered okay. And she didn't say all of that, but it was how she said it and that amazement. And I realized that I got a validation for something that I've known. I have been aware. I see things. I've known things. I've been very aware of this world from way back when it was not cool. It was very fringe. The only context people were talking about energy medicine in was in Wicca or paganism. And it was talked about as though it were a religion instead of a way of life. And I remember a class I taught, I think it was probably one of the first classes I taught in 97 or 98 when I came to Montana. It was a small group, and we were talking about Wicca or paganism. And I made the comment, I said, I don't think y'all understand that Wicca and paganism can be a framework if you want it to be. But what I will tell you is that to live authentically and truly embrace what I'm trying to share with you is it's a way of life, it's a way of being, it's a way of thinking, it's a way of breathing in everything you do. And it's only now, years later, that people are starting to use that vocabulary. They didn't use that vocabulary 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That was not the vocabulary. And I knew it was going to change, and I knew we were going to get to this place, and we have so much further to go. And it makes me excited. It makes me enthusiastic. And I realized yesterday, actually I've been kind of having this realization over the last couple weeks, is that I have been so out of the loop in the metaphysical community. I have not, in 2012, something kind of traumatic for me happened, something very emotional, something very heart-hurting, and I withdrew. I very much withdrew from all of the outside metaphysical community groups and organizations, and I quit going to bookstores. I quit reading any of the new metaphysical material. I really just kind of folded in inside myself. And when I started to come out of my shell, it was mostly in healing medicine. It was mostly refocusing my energy on healing medicine, energy medicine, healing through stones and crystals and tuning forks. And I left the whole metaphysical, spiritual conversation off to the side, and I was not connected into it. So the last couple weeks, I've realized that in my hibernation, there's been this explosion, and it's beautiful and it's amazing. And I do have a little bit, I have a lot of this imposter syndrome feeling in regards to it, because I'm reading things and I am seeing things and I am listening to things and I am saying, I said that 30 years ago. I've been saying that my whole life, and now it's coming out. And part of me feels somewhat like I'm behind. Like, okay, I went into hibernation and an explosion happened and now I have to catch up. But the flip side of that coin is, now I can really dig into the deep stuff, the stuff that I know is coming, and I can be authentically me and bring that next stage into cohesion. And I'm so excited about it. I'm just so excited. I can't express how excited I am about what's next and what that means for community, what that means for the world, what that means for the individual who is on this journey. And I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. And the dream I had last night was very much one of those dreams of helping assimilate the things that I need to assimilate in that fragmentation to get me moving forward. So I think one of the biggest mindfulnesses of today for everyone is to breathe. And I kind of went all the way around the rosemary bush to say that, but no good thing shall be withheld. Breathe in, really allow oxygen to hit to every part of your body, and drink charged water. Make sure you're being mindful about all of the liquid you put in your body. Your body is a resonating, walking, talking hydroelectric plant. You need to have good water and good resonance for all the bits and pieces to work. And you are a creative, beautiful soul. We all are. Even the people who don't think they're creative, they are. They so are. And putting resonating charged water in your body helps your brain and your body allow that creative movement to happen. Sit with your peace. Get outside, walk in the earth, walk with Mother Earth. I know it's cold outside right now and snowy and icy, but get outside every day. even if you walk around the block. You need that. Have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.